This week's video comes courtesy of Jacob. Jacob commissioned me through my Etsy shop to turn Sabbac from the new Black Adam movie, DC Comics, into the Duke Blue Devil. He's a huge Blue Devil fan. So let's get started. Here we have him, kind of looking at me like I'm going to destroy him. But no, what I'm going to do is pull him apart, clean him up, and get him ready. So let's go ahead and do that. And there we go. Everything pulled apart. Not one piece left. I left his hands on for now, but I do end up pulling those off as well. And now it's bath time. Simply to get off any of the residue from the packaging and from the just whatever that may keep the paint from sticking. And here we go. First off, we gotta start with his head. Gotta turn him from devil to man. A devil man. And this is just the start. I'll end up masking his eyes so that I can airbrush him. But we're going to do flesh tone on his face, obviously. And for the horns, instead of doing white, like the Blue Devil white, I'm actually going to do bone white, which I think turned out a lot better than trying to go with a flat white. And there he is. I don't know why I try to keep the black around his eyes at first. I tried, but I figured it'd be a lot easier if I just paint the entire head. There you can see the bone white. And now we're turning to the airbrush. I tried to airbrush straight onto the red, but it turns out it actually made it more purple than red, than blue. And it didn't look horrible, but I had to go ahead and prime all the pieces in white in order to get the blue that I wanted. And here we go. We got ourselves pieces of a Blue Devil. Now it's time to add some white to the armband. This part of it, the loincloth, actually proved to be a little difficult. I started painting it. Eventually, you'll see later on that I moved on to using acrylic paint pens. One is by Sharpie, which is a really good pen. You can get a hold of it now on Amazon. I think a 3-pack for $4. The link will be in my description if you want to check them out, try them out for yourself. Now I'm doing a dark blue wash on all the pieces. Now you can see there that I have a lot of the pieces bent, like the arms and the legs, for example, because I wanted to get in there with the brush to get the extra red that's inside the joints. And this I'm obviously doing a face wash just to give it a little more depth. Turned out pretty good. Later on I will paint his lips so they're not just a flat flesh color, so they have some actual depth to them as well. So it was a mix of flesh with a drop of red and a drop of white, because just the red makes it too dark. And you'll notice throughout my videos that I use a toothpick a lot, and that's just to remove any smudge. It works really well. I really recommend it. Just keep some toothpicks about you, because this paint is really easy to remove any mistakes with a toothpick, surprisingly. And here I'm going to go ahead and do a wash on the rest of the parts. This is a dark blue wash by Vallejo. You'll find a link in the description as well. Now here I usually use makeup for dusting the character down, so it looks like he's been, through the streets or wherever he's been. This time I'm using blue makeup to kind of blend his eyes into the skin a bit. And I've also added some black just for the look of like soot, because he's a devil. So obviously he hangs out where it's hot, where there's fire. So the final piece, you'll notice at the end he has some black on his face, and that's just soot that I decided to add to his face. And here I'm just doing a gray wash on the white just to give it some depth. And here are the acrylic pens I had mentioned earlier. Really simple to use, really good for fine lines like this. And this one is the Sharpie brand. Now it's time for some dusting. Put some dirt on him. He walks barefoot, so streets are dirty. Hell is dirty. Wherever he goes, it's dirty. He's got no shoes on or socks. This is a really good idea I came up with a while ago. Just the makeup, using makeup as dirt, as dust. I really like it. Gives it depth, makes him look dirty. And here he is, Sabbac, transformed into the Duke Blue Devil. Thank you, Jacob, for the challenge. Really cool idea. And here are some before and afters. Now what I forgot to mention is that I do hit the figure when I'm all done with a matte varnish. I give it about one coat per piece before I put it together. Then I hit the whole figure again with another coat. You can find a link in the description for the varnish that I use. Hope you liked it. Again, thanks, Jacob. Turned out really good. Hope you like it as well. If you'd like a commission, reach out through me on my Etsy shop. Link is in the description. Thanks again for watching. I truly appreciate it.